The ancient Egyptian civilization, which emerged more than 5,500 years ago, continues to astonish us with its mysteries and secrets. Despite numerous scientific studies, many questions remain unanswered. We present to you a selection of the most fascinating and enigmatic archaeological discoveries in Egypt. This video will be divided into several parts. Tattoos on mummies from Deir el-Medina. The tattoos on mummies from Deir el-Medina are a unique testimony to the cultural and religious practices of ancient Egypt. Deir el-Medina, located on the western bank of the Nile, was a settlement of craftsmen who built tombs in the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens. This site has become a source of numerous archaeological discoveries that shed light on the daily lives and beliefs of ancient Egyptians. In 2019, archaeologists from the University of Missouri-St. Louis used infrared scanning to detect previously invisible tattoos on 7 female mummies from the necropolis of Deir el-Medina. These tattoos, approximately 3,000 years old, were located on various parts of the body, including the neck, back, thighs, and shoulders. Researchers discovered depictions of eyes, cross-shaped figures, hieroglyphs, and animals, including baboons. One mummy had more than 30 tattoos, indicating their significance in her life. The meaning of these tattoos remains a subject of scholarly debate. Some researchers suggest they might have served as protective amulets during childbirth and the postpartum period. The depiction of the god Bes, the protector of households and women in labor, supports this hypothesis. Other scholars propose that the tattoos could signify belonging to a special caste, associated with spiritual practices, such as priestesses or healers. The placement of tattoos on the lower back and thighs may indicate their connection to rituals aimed at ensuring fertility and protection during childbirth. The use of infrared scanning was crucial for identifying these tattoos, as they had become invisible to the naked eye over time. This technology allowed researchers to uncover details that had previously been hidden and gain a deeper understanding of the cultural practices of ancient Egyptians. Overall, the tattoos on mummies from Deir el-Medina open new horizons in understanding the role of women in ancient Egyptian society, their religious beliefs, and medical practices. These findings highlight the importance of an interdisciplinary approach in archaeology and anthropology to reconstruct the full picture of ancient civilizations' lives. The search for the tomb of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. The search for the tomb of Cleopatra VII and Mark Antony remains one of the most enigmatic archaeological topics, captivating researchers and historians for centuries. Cleopatra VII, the last queen of Egypt, and her lover Mark Antony, a Roman general, left a significant mark on history, yet the location of their burial site remains unknown. After their defeat at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, Mark Antony and Cleopatra retreated to Egypt. In 30 BCE, as Octavian's forces advanced on Alexandria, both chose death over capture. According to ancient sources, their bodies were buried together, symbolizing their love and shared destiny. However, the exact location of their tomb has remained a mystery. In 2009, Egyptian archaeologist Zahi Hawass proposed the hypothesis that Cleopatra and Mark Antony's tomb might be located in the Temple of Osiris at Taposiris Magna, approximately 45 kilometers west of Alexandria. Excavations in the area have uncovered numerous artifacts, including coins bearing Cleopatra's likeness and statues of the goddess Isis, lending credence to this theory. Despite significant efforts, the tomb remains undiscovered. In 2022, an archaeological team led by Kathleen Martinez from the University of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic uncovered a tunnel more than 1,300 meters long beneath the Temple of Osiris at Taposiris Magna. This sandstone-carved tunnel, dubbed a geometric wonder, is speculated to lead to the tomb of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Excavations are ongoing, and researchers hope this discovery will solve the ancient mystery. The search for Cleopatra and Mark Antony's tomb is not only of archaeological significance, but also captivates the public, as their story of love and tragic demise continues to inspire imaginations worldwide. Disc of Sabu. The Disc of Sabu is a mysterious artifact discovered in 1936 by British Egyptologist Walter Bryan Emery during excavations of Mastaba S 3111 in North Saqqara. This mastaba belonged to a high-ranking official named Sabu, who lived approximately 3100 to 3000 BCE during the reign of Pharaoh Agib of the First Dynasty. The artifact was named after the tomb's owner. The disc is made of meta-siltstone, a fossilized sedimentary rock composed of fine clay and sand particles. It measures 61 centimeters in diameter and 10.6 centimeters in height. The shape of the disc is not perfect. Upon inspection, asymmetry and irregular edges are noticeable. The central part of the artifact features a cylindrical hub surrounded by 3 thin, inward curving petals. At the ends of these petals, the edges of the disc continue as a thin, rounded rim approximately 1 centimeter in diameter. The purpose of the Disc of Sabu remains the subject of scientific debate. Some researchers speculate that it could have been part of a lamp or a ritual vessel. Others suggest that the disc may have served as a decorative element or a symbolic object associated with religious ceremonies. Notably, the shape of the disc resembles modern fan blades or turbines, leading to hypotheses about its technical function. However, the absence of evidence for the use of such mechanisms in ancient Egypt makes these theories unlikely. The Disc of Sabu is a unique artifact, as no similar discoveries have been made in Egyptian archaeology. This complicates the interpretation of its function and significance. Some researchers have hypothesized that the disc might have been a model of a wheel, although it is well documented that the wheel was introduced to Egypt only around 1500 BCE during the 18th dynasty with the arrival of the Hyksos. Today, the Disc of Sabu is housed in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, where it can be viewed among other artifacts that showcase the richness and diversity of ancient Egyptian culture. Despite numerous studies, this artifact continues to be one of the greatest mysteries of Egyptology, inspiring new hypotheses and discussions among scholars. Dorothy Louise Eady. Dorothy Louise Eady, also known as Sidi, was born on January 16, 1904, in London. At the age of 3, she suffered a serious accident. She fell down a flight of stairs and lost consciousness. Doctors pronounced her dead, but shortly afterward, the little girl unexpectedly came back to life. Following this incident, Dorothy began to claim that she was the reincarnation of a priestess named Bentrashit, who lived in ancient Egypt during the reign of Pharaoh Seti III. In her childhood, Dorothy exhibited an extraordinary interest in Egyptian culture. She frequently visited the British Museum, where she was particularly fascinated by exhibits related to Egypt. During one visit, she kissed the feet of a statue of Pharaoh Seti I, calling him her father. These events caused concern among her parents, who sought advice from doctors, but they could not explain the girl's behavior. In 1933, Dorothy married an Egyptian man, Emin Abdel Megwid, and moved to Egypt. There, she gave birth to a son, whom she named Seti after the pharaoh. Following her divorce in 1936, Dorothy remained in Egypt, working for the Department of Antiquities. She participated in excavations in Abydos, which she claimed to be the place where she had lived as a priestess. Dorothy provided archaeologists with valuable information about sites that had not yet been explored. She described the locations of temples, underground tunnels, and other structures, which were later confirmed during excavations. Her knowledge of ancient Egypt amazed scholars, although many remained skeptical of her claims of reincarnation. Seti passed away on April 21, 1981, in the village of El Araba El Madfuna near Abydos. Her life remains one of the most mysterious stories associated with archaeology and reincarnation. To this day, debates continue over whether her knowledge was the result of deep study of Egyptian history or if she truly had memories of a past life. The Persian Princess, Forged Mummy. In October 2000, Pakistani police in Karachi apprehended a man attempting to sell a mummy for $11 million. He claimed that it was the remains of a Persian princess buried around 600 BCE. This statement caused a sensation in the scientific circles and the media. The mummy was wrapped in luxurious fabrics and adorned with a golden mask. On its chest was a plaque inscribed with cuneiform, identifying it as Rhodagun, daughter of the great king Xerxes. The sarcophagus was made of wood and decorated with depictions of Egyptian deities, which was atypical for Persian burials. Pakistani authorities handed the mummy over to archaeologists and experts at the National Museum in Karachi for analysis. Initial examinations raised doubts about the authenticity of the find. X-rays revealed that the internal organs had been removed not through incisions, as was customary in ancient Egyptian practices, but through natural body openings, which did not align with traditional methods of mummification. Further analysis demonstrated that the mummy had been made recently. Carbon dating of the fabrics and the wood of the sarcophagus indicated modern origins. Additionally, examinations of the teeth and bones showed that the body belonged to a woman who had died around 1996 at approximately 21 years old. The cause of death was likely blunt trauma to the neck, suggesting a violent death. The investigation revealed that the mummy was a forgery, created for sale on the antiquities black market. This case highlighted the problem of illegal trafficking in cultural artifacts and forgeries in archaeology. The identity of the deceased woman was never established, and those responsible for her death and the creation of the forgery were not brought to justice. This story underscores the importance of rigorous verification of the authenticity of archaeological finds and the need to combat the illegal trade in cultural artifacts. It also serves as a reminder of the ethical considerations in the study and preservation of historical heritage. The Thule Papyrus. The Thule Papyrus is a document that some researchers claim describes observations of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, in ancient Egypt during the reign of Pharaoh Thutmose III. However, the authenticity of this papyrus is highly disputed among scholars. The story of the papyrus begins with Alberto Thule, a former director of the Egyptian section of the Vatican Museum. In 1933, during a visit to Cairo, he came across an ancient papyrus in an antique shop. Due to its high price, Tully could not purchase the original, but was allowed to make a copy. He transcribed the text, first written in hieratic script, into hieroglyphs. After Tully's death in the 1950s, Prince Boris de Rachwiltz found this copy among his papers and published it in 1953. According to the translation, the papyrus describes an event that occurred in the 22nd year of Thutmose III's reign. The scribes of the House of Life observed in the sky a circle of fire, which had no head, emitted a foul odor, and was silent. The pharaoh ordered the sacred text to be consulted, and after a few days, the number of such objects increased. They shone brighter than the sun and extended to the four pillars of the sky. However, the authenticity of the Thule Papyrus is questionable. The original document has not been preserved and is known only through Thule's copy. Some researchers believe the text could be a forgery or the result of misinterpretation. Additionally, the described phenomena could have natural explanations, such as meteorological or astronomical events. Thus, while the Thule papyrus is often cited as evidence of UFO sightings in antiquity, its authenticity and credibility remain uncertain. Rituals in the Temple of Berenike. The temple in Berenike, located on the shores of the Red Sea, is a unique archaeological site shedding light on the religious practices of the late Roman period. Archaeological studies conducted in the region have uncovered a sanctuary where rituals were performed that were previously unknown to both the Romans and the Egyptians. Berenike was founded in the first half of the 3rd century BCE by the Egyptian king Ptolemy II of Philadelphus and named after his mother, Berenice III. The port city became an important trading hub through which goods from India, Sri Lanka, and Arabia passed to Upper Egypt. By the end of the 3rd century BCE, the city was abandoned, likely due to severe drought, but it was resettled in the 1st century BCE. Archaeologists from the Sikite project of the Autonomous University of Barcelona discovered a religious complex dated to the 4th to 6th centuries CE. During this period, the Western Roman Empire was already in decline, and the region was under the control of the nomadic Blemmyes people from Nubia. In the sanctuary, called the Falcon Shrine, numerous artifacts were found, including depictions of the falcon god, reminiscent of the Egyptian god Horus. This suggests the syncretism of the Blemmyes' religious beliefs, blending their traditions with those of the Egyptians. One of the unique features of the sanctuary is a stele at the entrance, depicting a deity and inscribed with a prohibition against boiling heads in the temple. This indicates the existence of specific ritual taboos, possibly related to the purity and sanctity of the site. The rituals and prohibitions uncovered in the Temple of Berenike are unique to this region and period, as similar practices have not been documented in other Egyptian temples. This highlights the cultural and religious diversity of the population living in Berenike during the late Roman period. The study of the temple in Berenike opens new horizons in understanding religious practices and intercultural interactions in this region. It also underscores the importance of archaeological research in reconstructing a comprehensive picture of ancient civilizations. Skeleton of the ancestor of the Egyptian cobra. The Egyptian cobra, Naja Haje, is one of Africa's most renowned venomous snakes, known for its considerable length, which can reach 1 to 2 meters and occasionally up to 3 meters. The coloration of adult individuals is typically uniform, ranging from light yellow to dark brown, with a lighter underside. On the underside of the neck, there are several broad, dark stripes that become highly visible when the snake adopts a defensive posture. There are also banded cobras with wide dark brown and light yellow stripes adorning their bodies. In 2022, in the Fayum Depression in Egypt, the oldest fossils believed to belong to the ancestors of the modern Egyptian cobra were discovered. These finds date back approximately 37 million years, placing them in the late Eocene. This discovery allows scientists to gain a deeper understanding of the evolution of venomous snakes in the region and their adaptation to changes in climate and habitat. The fossils include well-preserved skulls and vertebrae, enabling a detailed study of the anatomical features of these ancient snakes. Analysis revealed that they had a body structure similar to that of modern cobras, including the distinctive hood used to intimidate predators and rivals. This indicates that such behaviors and anatomical features developed in the early stages of this snake group's evolution. The research also found that these ancient snakes possessed venom glands, supporting the hypothesis of early venom evolution in the ancestors of modern cobras. This discovery is crucial for understanding the evolution of venomous snakes and their interactions with other species in the ecosystems of that time. The discovery in the Fayum Depression highlights the importance of this region for paleontological research. Previously, fossils of ancient mammals, birds, and other reptiles were found here, making it a key site for studying the evolution of Africa's fauna. These findings also hold significance for modern biology and medicine, as understanding the evolution of venomous snakes can aid in the development of new treatments for snake bites and the study of snake venom properties. Thus, the discovery of the fossils of the ancestors of the Egyptian cobra in the Fayum Depression is a significant step in understanding the evolution of venomous snakes and their adaptation to environmental changes over millions of years. Ancient Egypt is one of the most mysterious civilizations that continues to astonish the world with its secrets. Archaeological discoveries, such as the tattoos on mummies from Deir el-Medina, the forged Persian princess mummy, or the Tuli papyrus, provide a deeper understanding of the culture, religious practices, and daily life of this great civilization. In Deir el-Medina, tattoos on female mummies revealed new aspects of religious beliefs related to protection and fertility. Unique rituals discovered in the Temple of Berenike demonstrate a blend of cultural traditions from Romans, Egyptians, and nomadic tribes. Equally fascinating are the unraveling of hoaxes, such as the Persian princess mummy, which turned out to be a modern forgery, or the Tuli papyrus, which describes mysterious phenomena in the sky during the reign of Thutmose III. At the same time, findings like the skeleton of the ancestor of the Egyptian cobra help trace the evolution of Egypt's animal world. Each discovery opens new horizons and offers a better understanding of the lives and beliefs of the people who created one of the greatest civilizations in history.